Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Laura A Music Corner. I am back for another reaction. I will be doing a first time reaction to Marko Hietala's song Roses from the Deep. I During the time I was in a brief hiatus, I saw that he had released this video. This was coming from the self-titled album of Roses from the Deep. And good thing I don't listen to the clips that are being presented on Instagram. So I was like, okay, a good note to myself. I gotta definitely check out this video. And yeah, and I just felt very excited to do it because I really enjoy Marco's music. I think he is really like, I think he's a genius when it comes to writing his lyrics. There's so many deep meanings to it. And I just quite enjoy the experience that he provides us to listen to his world. So I'm going to react to this song. I'm going to put on my headphones and sit back, relax, and let's get into some Marco. Roses from the Deep.
I've been lost for some time now. It's different on this side. I've been gone, I don't know how long. It's been different since I died. I've seen you after now and then, still pictures black and white. Color creeps in as you turn gray, red and gold, autumn twilight. I never told you I would come for you, but you knew it anyway. All these years you keep my roses from the deep. Dead leaves, the trees of winter always sweet. I long to touch your face, your hair, to move a strand behind your ear. Will there be peace with you by me? I'll wait until you're here. I never told you I would come for you, but you knew it anyway. All
I want to cut it off before the commercial kicks in. I really loved it. I really loved it. I almost started crying, and then I was like looking on the side to see if I have my tissues, and I said no, I will not cry. I will not cry at this moment. But I really loved it. I honestly, I loved it. I think I felt like the emotions of it. I just felt it. I was just like it touched something within my heart, and I was just like it's really, ooh, it touched me emotionally. And a lot of you don't know, I do tend to cry when I hear something really good and it really strikes something in my heart. And yeah, I'm gonna take it back. I really loved it. I'm assuming, and I'm most likely it is. It's probably like a love message to his wife. And yeah, I just think it was Marco style, I think it's really beautiful that he shares, his emotions on the music. I'm gonna start the music. I'm gonna stop along the way and give you my thoughts on how I enjoy from this music that he shared with us. So yeah, I better let me get a no, I was gonna get up and say, let me get a box of tissues, but I could hold it. I could hold it. Stand strong, Laura. Stand strong. Anyway, I'm gonna stop along the way.
I've been lost for some time now.
I'm gonna stop right here for a second. I love how they started with the violin, like it's almost like the orchestra start of the music and the synthesizer. But then it was like a slight, almost like if you're being transported like a passing time, so the sound, it was just pretty much almost like I was feeling like I was being sending me to a time period of remembering. And that's how I felt at that moment when the start of this song is how he cleverly used like the synthesizer and violins like start of the music, and then to have the acoustics come in, but then just to have him come in like isn't almost like in a solitude moment and just like in deep contemplation of his life. And that's what I gravitated to it, because it's just like you feel like you're going into an intimate moment with him.
It's different on this side. I've been gone, I don't know how long. It's been different since I died. I've seen you after now and then, still pictures black and white. Color creeps in as you turn gray, red and gold, autumn twilight.
You see, that part I enjoy because you can hear the violin like like hitting those lovely notes, like almost like going through a pastime. And just to see him, like he's like gazing at the moon. And a lot of us, who, me personally, I love looking at the moon and just staring at it. And it's almost like you're going to a meditative state. And it's just like that's how it looks like to me looking at him. He's going into a meditative state of just reflection, just gazing at the moon, and just picturing myself that I've been through it so many times in my life. Like when I feel like I deep dive into my thoughts, I always love to look at the moon, especially at the time, full moons come around. I feel like I'm being almost like in meditative state. And that's how cleverly they did this video with him.
I never told you I would come for you, but you knew it anyway. All these years you keep my roses from the deep. Dead leaves, the trees of winter always sweet. I long to touch your face, your hair, to move a strand behind your ear. Will there be peace with you by me? I'll wait until you're here. I never told you I would come for you, but you knew it anyway. All these years you keep my roses from the deep.
I keep harping on the orchestra sound because it's very rare that you will hear Marko, adding that element of almost like a grand orchestra, because the song is very lovely, but adding that layer of sound into the music, it just amplifies how creative he is. It's just really lovely just to hear that in my ears, because it's really lovely that he is able to convey his emotions in such an intimate moment. But just adding that layer of orchestra into the music, it just adds that extra special something into it. And I'm just like really enjoying. That's why I was just like I almost cried, because I really enjoyed it, just hearing that. It's just that really grand scale of the music. It just really amplifies how he is such a musical genius in his own right.
Dead leaves, the trees of winter always
That guitar solo was just the perfect touch. And I'm being honest on that. It's like I said, I'm a person who just loves to hear people playing guitar, and just to hear how, like, I believe his name is Ronnie. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But just to hear this gentleman playing, it just added that really soulful, like almost like you're in depth with the music, and just adding such soulful, rich sound to it. It just really adds that perfect touch to the music. part, it transported me back in the 80s. Transported me back in the 80s. I'm trying to think of the bands. Was 70s, 80s, I'm gonna say. It transported me to a time like when I was a teenager. I used to go in New York City, there is the Hayden Planetarium. So like, and this is a quick why mentioning this. On Friday nights, I used to go on dates with my friends, potential love. And we used to go to the Hayden Planetarium, and they used to have like these laser shows happening, and they'll use like music of Pink Floyd. And so that brought me back as I'm hearing this piece. It just transported me back in that time when I was 15, 16 years old, and just on my dates with with my love, and just reflecting to the sound of Pink Floyd. And he had like almost like a slight like touch of Pink Floyd sound on this particular piece. I know a lot of you are gonna say, no, I don't hear it, but I do hear it. And it's just like it just really is almost like a feeling of nostalgia that I had just now.
Always I never told you I would come for you. All these years you keep my roses from the deep. The trees of winter always I never told you I would come for you. All these years you keep my roses from the deep. The trees of winter always weep. I never told you I would come for you. All these years you keep my roses from the deep. The trees of winter always
I just like how it's just like they elevated the music like much bigger and bigger and bigger. So it just adds a lot of fullness into the last bit of the music. And that's why I'm just like sitting here like, how can I break this down? And because it's like hard to even relay the feelings that I'm having right now, but I just love how he is able to add so much um like full energy. And it doesn't mean energy as like screaming from the top of your lungs, but just the energy of the emotion in this last bit of the song. And I just quite enjoy it because I could just feel how he's feeling just to bring it out and just saying, here it is. And I really gravitated. I really enjoyed it. I really do. All I want to say is this, that no matter what music he has been putting out, it has been a very good experience. Just immersing myself into his world. And sometimes, yes, it may be a little cryptic on his messages that he's conveying, but you know what? I completely understand, because sometimes, it's something that you have to be really open to feel and just see the different aspects in a person's mind to really understand the complexity of how we think. And so I just really enjoy just listening to Marco and just experiencing his world. It's okay. It's okay because we're all quirky in our own right. So, I really gravitate to that. But yeah, I hope to see more music from him. I know he's going to go on tour with Taria. I believe they were doing a tour. I don't know if this summer or something like that, or towards September. But hey, I hope everything goes very well for them. So yeah, that is pretty much it. If you are new to the channel, you're very much welcome to subscribe. And if you like this content and you know you enjoy my reactions for today, you guys know what to do. And if you have any music requests that you would like to see me react, you could drop a comment on the comment section on YouTube. Other than that, I wish you well and I hope you have a wonderful day.